So, yeah, I guess we'd have a lot of new. Wake and the clicker. Casey, the thing that attacked Casey had Wake's face. There is never any Wake is Scratch. One missing there. Two there. One there. So music, I'm guessing we've Dark, Twisted and Cruel. Yep, that'd be all the Lake House stuff. And we've got all the Lake House of those. I missed an advert somewhere. That's sacrilege. And that's probably for the next chapter. So it's saying, examine the files in the locked cell to carry on. So
This is the kind of case my ex hated. The ones that might kill me.
That's funny. The cases that might kill me were my ex's favorite.
Okay. What I want to do is, before things get really dark and twisty, I want to go to the lodge, make some inventory space, and go to the lighthouse, because I've got the lighthouse key.
It's empty.
I think you may be right.
Shoebox. Let's move you there. Well, I don't know, I might end up finding some shotgun ammo. Just trying to think what's going to be best. Probably because I don't really see us needing those. Do a quick save there. Go to the car and go to Watery and climb a hill. I am not looking forward to this because it is actually nighttime now. Which is why I'm really hoping the lighthouse has something useful. Let's run in here.
Now, the sheriff's station? Did you hear?
Hear what?
Apparently, they locked up that crime writer, you know, the one who disappeared in Bright Falls years ago. And then they find him, and boom, all hell breaks loose.
Big city folk, the FBI, famous writers. Ugh, they're all bad luck if you ask me.
I'm FBI. I'm not looking forward to this little jaunt. Yeah. do have a shoebox part the way up, which I suppose is a blessing. But again, I'm not a fan of going trekking all the way up there. You shouldn't be out. It's dangerous out. Yeah, like that's going to help. I suppose for now we can quick slot you up there. But what's the quickest way? Oh, there's going to be a lot of things here, I can just tell. This is a bad idea. And I went past the turning I want. Because we went up this side of the cliff. Come on. Gotta get to the top. I'm kind of hoping it turns the lighthouse on. No box. I really should move myself over to this thing. Yep, that's the way I want to go. Let's close that for now. Got a page.
Ilmo Koskela had jolted awake from a nightmare. He was drenched in sweat. In the dream, he'd been covered in blood, gleefully murdering people, his friends. When his twin brother had tried to talk sense into him, he had murdered Jaakko as well. Ilmo slammed his fist into his temple so hard it hurt. The dream made him feel sick. The dark force of the lake was growing stronger. It was trying to make Ilmo and Jaakko something they were not. Trying to turn them into Ilmari and Jakobi Huatari from the early days of Watery. But they were the Koskela brothers. Their mother had not raised them to become murderers. They had backbone. They had honor. They had finished Zissou. Something bad was coming. The hidden device they had hooked to the FBC station had been intercepting alarms like crazy the past few days. Ilmo would make sure his cult was ready for war. Out in the night, the story seeking to give birth to an overlap in Watery drifted on, looking for another pair of men more prone to corruption.
Which would have been the two cups. Well, that's good. Oh, that's a lot of stuff around here. What are you? Inventory. Ooh, yeah. Have a look at that in a second. Huh, the door's been bricked up.
They're too old to fight monsters. The torchbearers are done. We need something new. Ilmo took a long drag from the joint and handed it to his brother. They've been drinking and smoking all night. That thing from the lake was not a man, and the government's trying to hide it. Ilmo gestured at the files they had stolen from the research station. A strange seal with an upside-down pyramid. The Federal Bureau of Control. We need to keep the feds away. Deal with this our way. We need an army of our own. Yako smiled. He loved to watch his brother come up with his ideas. Ilmo's gaze swam. He was seeing double. The pyramid on the folder was a spruce tree. A tree, he thought. A fucking tree. It was a sign. We'll make the woods scary again. So fucking scary, no one will set foot in them at night. That's how we'll keep people safe. We'll be a legend. We are the cult of the tree, and we watch in the night. We're gonna need scary masks. Energized, Yako chugged a bottle of Ama beer in one go.
Yeah, at least they kept on the beer. That's the door. There's another one there. What are you?
This has got to be an Ilmo idea.
Draw light from the main light thing. Generators. Uh-huh. Well, looks promising. Can at least put some shells in you. You are loaded, you are loaded, you have more bullets now. Yep, looks fine. Now what I'm hoping is I can get by without too much interference, because that would be awesome. That is not the way I want to go. I want to go this way. That was
Another one of those lunch boxes.
Huh. But then, almost at the same time, but not quite, another hand grabbed my other wrist. It was my childhood friend, estranged twin brother, a rugged ex-soldier who helped me fight back the zombie horde. With his chiseled jaw and smouldering eyes and worn leather jacket, my heart fluttered like a small bird against a cage. Ignore him, babe. You know who you want. The sensitive friend had cared all my life for the intense warrior I'd known for one harrowing day. How was it I was ever going to choose? The zombies were easier than this. did hear a zombie. Well, taken, brainwashed, possessed, figments of Wake's bad imagination. Take your pick, really. And then back out onto the path, and yeah. So we've come up with a net positive on things, and now we've got out of somewhere where it's dangerous. I suppose could just get the car, go straight back. Makes sense. And back to the sleepy town. Doesn't look nice here. Are you trying to get my attention? Oh no, you're just checking out what happened in there. There's a container there. Oh, hello.
I'm sorry about your brother, Ilmo.
Jaakko was all heart. He always went along with my ideas, no matter how stupid they were. Always happy to help. I got carried away. I never think things through. It's my fault.
I realize it's a bad time. But I need you to tell me everything about the cult of the tree.
The cult is my craziest idea that ever worked. Look, what kind of a cult calls themselves a cult? Exactly. We protect water in Bright Falls. We're the good guys. A secret neighborhood watch. Well, that was the idea anyways. Look, we've always known about the horror inside the lake. When any Taken come out, we kill them.
You don't turn people into Taken. You kill the ones who already have. How long has the cult been around for?
Certain folks around here have always known about Cauldron Lake. Before us, it was the Torchbearers. And when I inherited the mission, I wanted to call it a cult. It was genius. Just the name did half the work. Made people too scared to go into the woods at night. Business 101. Fear is a great motivator.
You were trying to kill Alan Wake. Why?
Nothing good has ever come out of Cauldron Lake. The nightmare that hit Bright Falls in 2010 was all because of his writing. And ever since then, pages of his stories are floating up from the lake, and monsters keep popping out. It's all him, Wake. And if we don't stop him, no one will.
Wake's evil doppelganger Scratch is the threat we're facing, not Wake. And I will stop him.
I've never heard of anyone called Scratch.
There is a container. We have a save station. And we have a shoebox. If we go this way... And we use the shoebox. You can go here. You can go here. You can go here. This is working out, kinda. Huh. That's a lot of things. I might actually start carrying those. But now we head up. Before we...
I'm so sorry, Yako.
Do that. You have something new.
Ilmo said the cult kills Taken. Is he telling the truth?
Surplus deer masks buy in bulk. We've got a floater, a Taken on the shore. Call the gang, Yako. We are going hunting. Cult of the Tree. Keeping the town safe since 2013.
Ilmo is telling the truth about the cult. They really were fighting the Taken. We're on the same side. If the cult is killing Taken, then why did Nightingale turn into one?
Private party. Invitation only. Wrong time. Wrong place. Time to go, Yako. A job half done isn't done at all.
Nightingale became a Taken because the Bookers interrupted their ritual.
Bomb, bomb, bomb. Let's have a look at the caseboard. Dark Force. There. Finally. Guessing you all open up here. And we've got all 5.
The Dark Presence uses people's weaknesses to corrupt them. Their guilt, fear, even their love.
That's progress. Yeah, we got a KC box, which was in Watery. And then we got Cult with Tree. Really? Cult ritual failed to destroy. Yep. Why do they want to kill Wake? Cult thinks it's responsible for Taken. Abduction available.
The cult of the tree is just the Costello brothers' slightly misguided solution to the Taken problem. Right.
Maybe you. Maybe you. Nice. We're actually on top of our caseboard for the first time.
I'm gonna deal with the situation, Ilmo. But the town will need protection until we sort this out. I could use your help.
Right. I'll round up the gang. Whoever's left. We won't let these fucking monsters hurt any more of our people. We'll do my brother proud.
Thank you, Ilmo.
So I have new dialogue here.
So the cult of the tree actually kills Taken. They were on our side, even if their methods are misguided and criminal.
It looked right from where we were standing. Nothing's what it seems in this case. Too many stories contradicting each other. Too many versions of the truth.
You really don't remember Logan living in Virginia with me and David?
I remember you and David having problems. You needed a break. You and Logan moved to Watery and then Logan, well, that awful thing happened. After you came back to work, I thought you'd be the perfect partner for this case, if you were willing to return to the area.
Okay. That's enough. The story is changing your memories. What you're remembering is fiction. Logan is alive. I'm not divorced. We never moved here. I remember the truth.
No. Wake or Scratch, whoever that was, said the story could be used to attack us. We all need to question what's real. With that said, how do we know the story isn't giving you false hope?
I can't convince them. I just need to change the story. We have a lot of catching up to do after this thing is all over. Everything is different now. My family, me, the whole fucking world.
I'll buy the coffee, Anderson. Partners to the end. This case is one for the books.
I see what you did there.
So did I. So it's also saying out here there's a container. Saying I'm right next to it. I'm not seeing it. It just means out here generally. Box. It's interesting that it's directly around this area. I'm not seeing any box. Weird. Perhaps it's floating in the sky. So we got notes, I was hoping that was going to be a page. Okay, let's start here.
The lake is a gateway to the dark place.
Deployment order, urgent situation, approximately 7 o'clock hours, 7 o'clock on 13th September 2023. Reading from remote surveillance unit monitoring Cauldron Lake, a known threshold to what researchers theorize is the origin dimension of A040, the shadow, past acceptable limits. Attempts to contact FBC Research Facility WA03, codename The Lake House, was unsuccessful. On site, event verification is not possible. Response procedures are initiated with immediate effect. Lead Agent K. Estevez will mobilize investigation unit from the remote operation site at Redacted. All available shadow suspect equipment has been approved this in the field. To confirm an active event, if an AWE is occurring, the dispatch team will identify its nature and severity, limit exposure, and attempt to contain or neutralize the source. If no event is active, check monitoring equipment, perform limited profile sweep of the area, and check status of the lake house and its staff. Additional information relevant operations in the area include Coulter Tree, Redacted, and Alan Wake. Oh. More redacted stuff.
What the hell is a para-utilitarian?
It's a really big word. Summary of findings. Based on reports, this item is a light switch from a lab cord. With part of the severed cord still attached, eyewitness accounts suggest that the item possesses the ability to alter reality, changes being based on Redacted. When used by a capable para-utilitarian, passing this item's effect from that of the Cauldron Lake threshold responsible for recurring AWEs in the area is difficult, because the only reported uses of the item have occurred near this threshold. Without more data, we cannot confirm if the item intensifies the area of the threshold or vice versa, or if there's no connection whatsoever. Recorded material from Dr. Hartman after becoming a retracted have revealed that Alan Wake emitted Barbara Jagger like a physical manifestation of a redacted by inserting the light switch into its chest and flicking the switch. The item is confirmed to have been used in 2010 to turn fictional writing into reality, see AWE 35. However, it is unclear what the restrictions and limitations of these effect are. The light switch is a possible OOP, but the team cannot conclusively classify the item based on second-hand accounts. Proper examination and testing is required in order to determine classification and precise effect of the item.
The call didn't trust Wake. Or is it Scratch?
Transcript of interview, subject Alan Wake, suspect location Bright Falls, Estevez. Mr. Wake, you have been taken into FBC custody and will receive an in-depth interrogation at a later date, but for now I need to ask if there's anything you can tell us regarding the incident at the hotel, anything we may need to know. Wake. There is a force here you don't understand, a presence. It's after me. It wants to consume me. Consume everything. Yes, you mentioned this dark presence before. Why does it want you? Wake. It feeds on artists, on the art they create. It wants me because of my writing, but it can be any form of art, any artistic expression, music, painting, film, photography. It can feed on any of it, all of it. You have to believe me. We're all well aware of this entity, Mr. Wake. We've been tracking the situation here for a long time now. You yourself have been on our radar for over a decade. I'm sure those nuts in research department are just going to love checking you out. Hey, make a note to redact that before submission. Let's get back on track. You mentioned a light switch earlier. Where is it now? Wake. I don't know, but I need it. I can't end this without it. Will you help me get it? Mr. Wake, you are in custody pending charges of a breach of numerous federal violation codes. We are not going to give you a suspected paranormal object. Wake, you are not expletive listening to me. We are listening? Fine. Just fine. Now, do you have any accomplices? Wake, expletive you. Let me expletive out of here. It's coming for me. We're in danger. Interview terminated due to subject being uncooperative.
Wake isn't the first person the Dark Presence disguised itself as.
Summary: The Shadow. Through extensive interviews and witnesses of AWE-35, additional details regarding the Shadow have been discovered. Redacted and redacted, both present during the AWE, reported seeing a woman named Barbara Jaeger in Bright Falls at the time. Jaeger is a former actress and Bright Falls resident who emigrated with the filmmaker Thomas Zane from Finland and was reportedly to have drowned in Cauldron Lake during redacted AWE in 1970. Research staff have concluded that Jaeger's appearance is likely a case of shadow manifestation in human form. Research is ongoing as to the nature of the connection between the shadow and the psychological signatures available for it to mimic. Current hypotheses are shadow can only manifest as artists or individuals tangibly involved in the creation of art who have operated within a certain physical range of Cauldron Lake. B. The shadow can manifest any individual contained, definition needed, within Cauldron Lake. Research ongoing. Man, I was hoping for a gun or something. Wake and the clicker. How about that? Nope. Nope. There. There.
I need to know what information I can still trust.
FPC light switch. How to resolve. Oh, you go there. Fact versus fiction.
I never did any of these things. It's like some bad soap opera version of my life.
And that echoed. Dark Present feeds on artist.
Yes. The Dark Presence leeches onto artists, manipulates their art. What power does it have by itself?
Clicker.
The clicker amplifies any changes to reality suggested by a piece of art. Makes them permanent.
Hi, Tor. Been a while.
Wake told me the clicker would fix this. But Wake was actually Scratch. How can I trust anything he said?
The artist must conclude his work. He rides a storm on your piece. Wake up and smell the danger. We told you already, kiddo. What Tom said about the light switch is true. Don't let the story confuse you. You need him to write the ending you want. The clicker can make that ending come true.
But we don't have Wake. Everything we knew about the clicker was true. He wasn't lying.
Let's make sure that that didn't add anything. Sweet. Okay, new dialogue. Before we do that, and probably that.
Scratch told me the clicker can be used to change the story. Does that match your understanding of this thing?
Yeah, the light switch is a paranatural item, maybe even an object of power. We have verified reports that Alan Wake was in possession of it during the AWE here back in 2010. It definitely has power. We know that much.
I can come up with a plan. I always do.
Come up with a new plan.
The clicker can fix this, but I can't use it without Wake. Tor knows about this stuff. Maybe he can help. Wake is still in the dark place. How do I get him out?
We live and breathe rock and roll. From the silence of screams, from the fever of dreams. The clicker can amp up other works of art, not just Tom's writing. Anything created with passion. The dark power of the lake will make it creep into reality. But if the holder of the clicker believes in the art, they can make it all come true in the flick of a switch.
I can use the clicker without Wake. Only Wake's writing can change the horror story. But I can use the clicker to change something else. Like getting Wake out of the dark place.
Guessing there.
I will use the clicker to change reality and bring Wake back at Cauldron Lake. I'll need the right work of art, but that won't be a problem. I've got it now. I just need to tell the others what to do and fix everything. For good. So we need Wake to fix the story, right? That hasn't changed. So here's what I have. Wake's still trapped in the dark place, under the lake. I think we can use the clicker to get him out. But first, we need a work of art. Something other than his story. And that'll get him here.
I'm not filling out the paperwork for this one. I wouldn't know where to start. But I'm sold.
Okay. Look, this feels like something that once we get the ball rolling, there's no turning back. You sure you have it all figured out?
This is the beginning of the end game. To travel to Cauldron Lake, you need to save game first. Okay, so not yet.
Not just yet. Give me a moment.
Okay, Anderson. You let me know when you're ready.
I'm going to make a manual save and make it the furthest one. And we'll pick that up next time.